guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer and welcome to another Youth Questions video where every week we answer real questions from real teens about real life. And I'm super excited for about the next month and a half of Youth Questions video because last week I was at VidCon and I got to ask a whole bunch of people, other YouTubers, parents, adults, kids, everybody, a lot of the questions you guys have submitted over the past couple months for me to take to VidCon with me. And this week is kind of the beginning of those videos where I get to put everyone's answers together and try to take everyone's different stories and make them one big story for you guys to kind of help you out with some of the issues and stuff you're going through as teenagers that you've asked us to address. This week on Youth Questions, we have a couple people from YouTube joining us who maybe you've heard of before, including HeyThatsMike, Spenceiful, WhatsUpJames, ScottKinmartin, and also Michael Gregory of the Gregory Brothers. You know, the guys who do auto-tune the news. He provides some comic relief for us at the end of this video. As always, this week's question comes from one of you guys, and it's another good one, something I think we've all experienced. And this teenager asks, I feel trapped in my own home. I feel like I never have any privacy and I'm always surrounded by my family. I feel bad for saying this, but I'm starting to get sick of them because they are always around suffocating me. What should I do? It's a great question. I think something we've all experienced one point or another in our lives. And so I asked a lot of people at VidCon that question, and here's their responses to this situation.
That is about the story of my life. Like, my dad monitors everything I do on the internet. My mom wants me to text me when you leave the house, text me when all of this things.
I definitely felt that too. Like, my parents were always in my face about everything. Like, whenever I was trying to do stuff on the computer, they'd be checking if I was doing homework or not.
I grew up with 4 brothers, so I'm the middle of 5 boys, and on my oldest brother, they were up in his face, told him everything he had to do. And by the time they got to me, because I'm the middle one, I got to do whatever I wanted, and I was the one that didn't get in trouble.
If your parents care enough that they're, sticking their fingers in your life, it's not a bad thing.
They care about you, and that's why they're doing it.
They just want to look out for you.
It means they care, so be happy about that.
They're probably doing it because they care about you. They want you to be safe, happy, lead a productive life.
You have to remember that they love you, that no matter what, it's always coming from a good place, and always try to remember that you don't want them to back up too much, because there are kids that sit there and wish their parents would talk to them and wish they would care. So always remember that it's not something to hurt you, it's they're trying to help.
Just do everything right and then show them, later you can talk to them and be like, hey, can I have this freedom, and little by little take that step towards being completely free.
My mom used to be on my back all the time. I felt like I had no privacy, but in the end, she's one of my best friends, and I'm thankful that she was there the whole time.
I think you should be nicer to your parents, because that way I think they'll let you have a little bit more privacy. That's what happens with my parents, because if it's a good day, my dad won't be all up in my grill. But if it's a bad day, he'll be on me 24/7 with his face.
Sometimes the kids forget that we have to be parents, and that's our job, to be a parent, so they kind of forget that. And we remind them every now and then. But I think he's right, if we each give a little, it's going to come to a center, come to an agreement. I'll give him more space and I won't be in his face as much.
Little by little tell them, hey, remember that last time that I did that? I did it perfectly, and come on, can I have a little bit of leeway with going to this party or whatever you want to do?
Parents tell you what to do because they don't want you to make the same mistakes they did. But at the same time, you don't want to listen to them because you think they're just know-it-alls, but parents know because they made those mistakes.
Get to know your parents more, that way they can trust you and stop smothering you.
Your parents love you, and it may seem like they're suffocating you and they're crowding you, but it's just because they care about you.
Eventually time just kind of works it out, I think, is the best remedy for that. And you're only feeling like that for a short amount of time, and eventually you grow up and it's over.
Parents are gonna cramp your style, no matter who it is. That's just the way parents are, or that's the way they're gonna come off. When you're a kid, especially in your teen years, you just feel like the world's attacking you.
There's always a real tough struggle of wanting to be closer and closer to your children, and at the same time, and give them the privacy and the respect that they totally deserve as people. But at the same time, you don't want to not give them the security of really having any kind of guidance or letting them feel that you really do care for them.
I imagine being a parent is pretty scary, because you always have to worry about your kid and what your kid's doing and where's my kid, and they don't want to lose you.
Something that I learned over the years of being with my parents and moving out is that your parents aren't perfect. And I know it sounds really cheesy and lame, but it's so true. They're just a human being that's gotten older. And now they want to take care of you and they want to love you, and sometimes they don't know how to show that, and it just becomes overbearing.
I don't get it perfect every time, because in my heart I want to just, be his best friend and, and not ever cause, have any concern, but I do. I love him, and I don't, I want him to know that there are certain things that he doesn't know yet.
They love you, and at times it may seem overbearing, but they have the best intentions at heart.
Your parents definitely love you and they want to take care of you even if you're not within their sight.
There's nothing you can do by yourself to get them to leave you alone besides talk to them, and that's the only way to do it. And you really have to have the right attitude about it.
I would just sit down and talk with them and don't bring it up as you don't trust me. Don't use it as an accusatory thing. Just bring it up politely.
Sit down and say okay, you don't need to be checking every single text message I get, but actually have a conversation with your parents, but be nice about it. Say, I understand that you're coming from a good place, but I'm getting older and I need to learn how to branch off and be my own person.
Explain to them that you feel this way. They might not know. They might be on your case and might not be aware of it. So you really do need to communicate with your parents and tell them how you're feeling.
Let them know where you are. Ask them, why don't they feel like they can trust you and work through your problems, and it'll get better.
You can talk to them, tell them that they're getting too crowding, or tell them that something's wrong or something they're doing isn't right, and maybe work it out with them. It's the easiest thing. Just talk about it.
Communication, that's the key.
My 2 cents is that sometimes I think we forget that trust is something you earn. It's not something that's just automatically given to you for whatever reason you think it should be given. And especially if you've broken trust in the past, trust is one of those things that takes years and years and years to build, but only takes seconds to destroy. And this is something that not just is true for your teenage years, but for your whole life. As you get married, as you have kids, your relationship with your own kids, and you're in the workplace, and you're school teachers, everything. Work on building that trust and gaining their respect. And once you build that trust again, then they'll be more likely to let you have some freedom and privacy and kind of do some things on your own. But until then, remember that trust is something you earn. It's not something that your parents will just automatically give you for whatever reason you want. Check out all the stuff in the description below this video on YouTube. You'll find links there where you can submit your own question for one of our upcoming videos. You can do that anonymously. You can also find links for some of the YouTubers who are in this video down there as well as where you can connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. We'd love to stay in touch with you guys throughout the week. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you click the subscribe button above this video on YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with our stuff every week when we release a new video. And as promised, here's Michael Gregory sharing his advice for you guys who feel like you're suffocated, you have no privacy.
You feel like you don't have any privacy. You feel like your parents are all up in your grill. What you gotta do is hide it underneath the bed. That's where there's always privacy. You take a flashlight down there, you can do some reading, you can watch a little tiny TV, you can eat some crackers, you just cover the floor in crackers, and eat them all. That's the best private place there is. I spent so much time under my bed, I lost count of the hours. So good luck.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you guys again next week for another Youth Questions video. Bye.